So the Grammys just passed, and the one biggest takeaway I have is that Sabrina Carpenter's brand is locked in. So I didn't know who Sabrina Carpenter was until last year. Big song Espresso came out. I couldn't get away from the song. I saw her everywhere after that. Tours, concerts, press runs, interviews, the Tiny Desk, all of that. Then I realized, okay, that's her brand. Her brand is this vintage retro look. And then I realized this pastel blue is everywhere. And if you haven't realized it yet, let's look at the Grammy performance. Blue dress on the red carpet, blue dress in the performance. When they had the video going, her interview background was blue. The retro look, old Hollywood look dress she had on. The fun, bubbly, flirty personality that she has when she performs and when she talks was all portrayed through that performance. So let's list out the things I think of when I hear Sabrina Carpenter's name. I think of that pastel blue, I think of retro, I think of a vintage. I think of that flirty, bubbly personality. I think of women in power and this femininity about her. When I hear Sabrina Carpenter's name, all those things pop up. Why? Because she branded herself that way. She is consistently showing up for her brand. Consistently. You will not see any form of media, any form of online presence without any of that stuff, especially that blue color she has. And it's just a thing that she associates herself with. So all this is called semiotics. So you have the signifier and the signified, like the word DOG means dog, or you have a picture, an icon of a dog, we know that that means dog. We see this pastel blue, I know it's Sabrina Carpenter. All those symbols together add up for us to be like Sabrina Carpenter. That's a brand. All those symbols and associations we have with an object, that's a brand. And that's what we need to do with your brand, with your personal brand, your business. You have to think about it this deeply. If you think I'm reaching or doing the most, I've done content marketing for 8 years. I've been in advertising agencies, I've been in marketing agencies with huge multi-million dollar brands, with small brands, with media companies, with artists. And the main thing that everybody cares about is how they portray themselves online. That's like the main thing that we are talking about in meeting. They have to portray themselves in a light that they want to be associated with. You need to do the same. They hire whole departments, internally and externally, to figure this out for them. This isn't by accident, it's by design. So when it comes to your personal brand, think about the associations that you want to be associated with. Tiffany&Co does this. When you think of Tiffany, what do you think of? The blue. It's literally their blue. They own that blue. Tiffany blue is their color. When you see a Tiffany blue bag walking down New York City on 5th Avenue or whatever, and you look all the way down about 40, 50 feet and you see that blue, you know they shopped at Tiffany's. You know they got something from Tiffany&Co. You can't see the logo, but you know that blue. Now let's relate this back to Sabrina Carpenter and her personal brand. I don't know Sabrina Carpenter's logo. I don't even know if she has a tagline. I don't know any of that. But what we do know is her associations. We do know when she's going to get on that stage, we know she's going to have her hair all 50s looking. We know she's going to have some type of retro vibe to her. We know she's probably going to have that blue, that pastel blue somewhere. We know it's going to be lighthearted and playful, and it's just going to be a fun performance. We know all of that. And we can do this all day. McDonald's, when you see those arches, you don't have to read the words McDonald's. We know that those arches, that smiley face, that red and that yellow together, that is McDonald's. So when you're creating content for your brand, we want to make sure that you are showing up consistently. Not every day consistently, but the things that you put in place for your brand and your business, like the logo, the color, the tagline, your mission statement, all of those. What do you want to be associated with? Write it down. What do you want people to think of when they hear your name or your business's name? Make sure all your content aligns with this and it's going towards the greater goal. This is the problem that a lot of influencers and content creators used to have, and they probably still do. I had this problem about 4 or 5 years ago when I made TikTok. So let's say you're a videographer and you want to create more leads to your business, but you're showing your cinematic videos and it's not getting that much traction. You make a meme about clients, kind of making fun of clients. When you send your client the raw footage and they think it's the final color grade and they like it, and it's like almost demeaning the client. It gets a bunch of views. It gets you a bunch of follows. That's great if your target audience was other videographers, other photographers, other people who understand that pain point. But you made this TikTok to get more clients. The clients don't like this. They don't even understand what you're saying. Your client, your ideal client, is pushed away. And guess what? Your new audience that is here, that aren't paying you, but maybe, that aren't really going to pay you for your service. Maybe they will, but for the most part, no, they're not. And that's not who you were originally going towards. And then you kind of find yourself in this trap of making memes, making stuff for that, because you're chasing that vanity metric of likes. What you would do instead is think about your brand, think about your target audience, who's your ideal client. What are their pain points? What do they want? What keeps them up at night? Make content that serves all of that, because it's completely different than what you just did. Start thinking about your content as an extension of your brand. What you want to do, who you want to sell to, the betterment of your brand in the future is all depending on the content that you make today. It's not content for content's sake. There is strategy to it, and you need to think about the branding around it, your mission statement. All of that stuff matters. So going back to Sabrina Carpenter, she is consistent. No matter how she shows up online, in person, she is consistent. And that's what you can learn from her. A tight brand that you go by no matter what. So your audience knows what to expect. I hope you found some type of value in this video. If you did, leave me a comment and a like. If you didn't and have questions, leave it in the comments as well. I will answer. And if you want another video like this, let me know. Until then, I'm out.